Hi everyone, I am going to react to Psychopath Season 1, Episode 2. And last episode, the first episode, there's this system called Sybil, and then they're using these dominators to try to gauge the crime coefficient of a person. And if your crime coefficient is like past a certain number, then the weapon gets turned into this lethal kill mode. And then we met Kogami and Shogo, which I think they're like face each other by the end of this season. There's this new girl Akane that joined the crime investigation division. I'm not totally sure, CID, that joined the CID, and then she got like thrown into this rape situation, and then they tried this. The victims like coefficient level up. Then they wanted to kill her, and then the girl Akane was able to convince that woman to throw the thing away, and then they brought back the 12 level, and I'm like, this system is flawed. I don't like this system. So that's what happened last episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys have my reactions, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please consider supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/freemini. And I start this episode. Here we go. Funimation. You should be watching. Oh yeah, he was paralyzed for doing his job too, because the weapon said, "Hey, kill." So he was gonna do his job, but then Akane shot him. Okay. So they have those things in their homes or something, and it gauges their mind. Read their mind color. Ooh, okay, intro. Is that Akane shooting Kogami? Well, he hit each other. That was Akane, right? Now that I see her, she seems sort of like devoid of emotion. I hope her color doesn't. So that's her calendar for the day. Ooh, those capable. That's kind of cool. You get to choose how your room looks like every day. Is the thing preparing her food too? Oh, I guess it makes sense. In a world where there's this machine that reads your mind. She's wearing a different sheet. Oh. Mental contamination because of stress level in a train. Oh my gosh, what the freak? I want one of those, man. This is what the freak? Look at that. Oh my gosh. That thing's cute. Whoa.
よくわかんないけどさ、それはあんたの役職に許されていることなんでしょ？まあね、それだけ悩んでおいて、色相チェックはクリアカラーなんだもんね。あかねは感情ケアなんてほとんどやってないくせに。その鈍感なのかな。でもさ、シビラシステムを疑うわけじゃないけど。
I doubt it.
公安局のキャリアなんて私に向いてるのかな。だいたいさ、茜ってば経済省や科学技術省の適正だって出てたのに、それ全部蹴って公安局選んだんでしょ。茜はさ、最終考査でポイント700叩き出した優等生じゃない。どんな仕事だってちょちょいのちょいでしょ。ちょっとからかいすぎた。でもね、茜ならきっとやり通せる仕事だと思う。成し得るものがなすべきをなす。これこそシビラが人類にもたらした恩寵である。
Is that what she said? What happens if one of her friends like crime coefficient like increase? Oh, I just watched it anyway. You can just change your outfit like whenever you're in the middle of a restaurant, change it. You're on your way to a job interview, change it. Okay then. Shion-sama? Why did they focus on her breast? Oh. It's a criminal too? Yeah, do that. Spinal cord, girl? You can just shot him somewhere else?
顔だけでも見ていきたいって言うなら面会ぐらい大丈夫だけどどうするまた明日の朝にでもいらっしゃい
He's cool though. Oh my gosh.
すみませんタブレットって他にあります鴻上さんはパラライザーで撃たれて治療中です
あれ今日の宿直ってお嬢ちゃん
あ、はい
昨日の今日で大変だね
規定値超過サイコパスを計測当直監視官は執行官を伴い直ちに現場へ直行してください私が埋めます
いや何それには及ばんささあ出動だぜ監視官殿
Is the other girl also an enforcer? Or is she an inspector? Wait, oh. I think that they all came out of the van last episode, right?
そっちに引っかかった獲物はなしつまりここのエリアストレスを高めてる張本人はまだモールの中に
What is that dude stressed about? So they just create things out of thin air? How are they like materialized? I don't know. They're cute.
ああ、あれだ。右手前の柱の影。
失礼します。サイコパス測定にご協力お願いできますか
Stop fighting! Y'all know how this thing work. You know if you're fighting, then your psychopath is gonna. What were you about to do?
本当に潜在犯の見分けがつくなんて。
犯すか取り締まるか。どっちにしても犯罪に関わる才能であることに違いない。だから俺なんかの犯罪ケース
何の役にも立ってなかった。
いやー、大助かりだぜ。監視官同伴じゃなければ執行官は外を出歩けねえんだから。執行官を現場まで連れてきて、あとはサボったり逃げ出したり世間様にご迷惑が。
何も手出しをするなってことですよね。
Like she shouldn't have done anything in last episode? Nah. Go ahead. You did the right thing. Although you, I don't know.
今日はもう非番なんじゃ。
俺ら執行官は囚われの身なんだぜ。いやあ、昼間ごめんね。俺もついついはしゃいじゃってさ、みたいな可愛い子が来てくれて、すっげえ嬉しいっつうか。あ、あかねちゃんって呼んでいい？監視官なんて、またとんでもない就職したもんだね。
WPSB. What? They've been mentioning that. What is that?
シビラ判定の職能適正。公安局の採用基準にパスできたから。
もっと他の適性もいい判定もらえてたんでしょ？
So what do you wanna be this?
選べたんじゃね
13省庁6講師全部 A 判定出たんだ。
え、マジ？
13 ministries?
100人以上いた学生の中でただ一人私だけ。
Bisa ko gani?
だから公安局にはね、この 世界に生まれてきた意味が見つかるはずだって。私の考え方間違ってるかな。
それで悩みさえしたんだろ。すげえよな。まるでシビラができる前のジジババみてえだ。
Those old people.
俺なんて5歳でサイコパス検診に弾かれて以来
Charlie!
治療構成の見込みゼロ。
5 years old?
意地悪するつもりはなかったんだけどさ、気が変わったわ。あんたなんで監視官なんかになったんだ。
What was his name again? The orange dude guy?
すみませんでした。
執行官に謝る監視官は珍しい。
私の判断間違ってたんでしょうか。ただチームの足を引っ張ってみんなを危険にさらしただけだったんでしょう。
疑うことなく命じられたままに獲物を仕留める猟犬の習性が俺の手には染みついちまってる。がこの社会のためになると小綺麗な理屈を鵜呑みにしていつの間にか考えることさえなくなった。デカってのは誰かを刈り取る仕事じゃなくて誰かを守る仕事だったはずなのにな。
He understands.
小神さん。
そういう上司の下なら俺はただの犬ではなく
Aww, I like him. Aww, that's what you needed to hear, right?
帰る暇があったら小神さんだって彼女を撃とうとはしなかったですよね。
どうだかな、
Yeah.
絶対に死ぬわけにはいかない。それだけで頭がいっぱいだった。俺にはやり残したことがある。
With the guy with the white hair dude?
それが君の結論か、常森監視官。
はい。彼女の犯罪係数上昇は一過性のものでした。
大神、何か言いたいことは。
ない。常森監視官は義務を果たした。それだけだ。
Oh, the episode is ending. Shinya, Kogami. Akane? Oh, that's so fast. So, after the last episode, Akane has been feeling guilty for having shot Kogami, for having shot Kogami. And she's been like agonizing about it. And then, when she went to work, and well, first she met her friends, right? And they try to sort of like calm her down, I guess. But she was still feeling like that. And then she went to work. And then they got this stress level thing in her and the old dude, Tomomi. They went. And then Tomomi was able to find this person that they were looking for that was hiding behind the thing, and he didn't need the stress level measurement stuff, the dominator, whatever, to measure the stress level of this person. Like, he knew that that was the criminal, you see, whatever, that was the person that they were looking for. And as he was leaving, he told her that their job as enforcers is just to, like, basically, the inspectors don't really need to do anything. They should just let the enforcers do their jobs. So when he said that, Akane was feeling even more guilty. So she's like, so I shouldn't have shot Kogami. And at first, when she went to see the analyst, what was her name again? Shion. And then she told Akane that she shot like Kogami's spinal cord. I'm like, yo, girl, do you have to show the spinal cord of the dude? Like, you know, shot somewhere else? Wouldn't that have paralyzed him and caused, I guess, less damage or something? But yeah, that's what she did. She shot the spinal cord, and the guy can't move, at least for a while. He's in the hospital bed. And then Shion asked her if she wanted to, she could go see him. She gave him permission to go see him, but Akane didn't want to do that because she was feeling guilty. And then after what Tomomi told her, I think that's what pushed her to go see Kogami and to apologize. And then Kogami's like, no, like he's been doing his job for such a long time that he doesn't even think about like the victims or anything. He just follows whatever rules the dominator says, like whatever decision the dominator says or whatever. So he doesn't really think about anything. He just does his job. So he's been doing it for a long time, so it's become sort of like second nature. So the fact that Akane was there and was able to sort of like stop him from doing this, like he praised her for it, and then she was like so emotional and he started crying. And then she asked Kogami if he had time to think about it, he would have done the same thing. Kogami's like, I don't think I would, because he has this goal in mind, and that the only thing that was on his mind is to survive until he finishes whatever it is that he needs to finish. And I feel that like that has to do with the white hair dude, Sugar, right? So he can't die until he does that. I just don't know what the story is between those two. So yeah, he probably wouldn't have done that, because since he's been doing this for a long time and the gun is like threat level kill, who knows if this person that he's pursuing won't kill him. So he's like, I'm not gonna take that chance, so I'm gonna kill you first, okay, so that I can achieve whatever goal it is that he has in mind. But after getting this thumbs up from Kogami, she went and gave this report to the lead inspector, I guess, Ginoza. Yeah, and she's like, she made the right choice, because thankfully the girl is getting therapy and she's doing better. So she said that the stress level was sort of like temporary. She knew it was temporary, so that's why she didn't kill that girl. So yeah. And then also there was this scene between Akane and the orange dude guy. And the orange, I think I wrote his name down. Kagari asked her why she wanted to become this police officer thing, inspector. And she said like she got an A ranking for all the possible jobs that there are in their world. She got an A ranking. That means she can do everything. But for all those jobs, there was only this particular one where she was the only one among the 500 that were tested or something that could do that job. So she's like, that's why she chose it, because that's something that she can do, and she wants to use this opportunity or something to figure out what her role is in the world and what her life should be or something or other. And Kagari was upset with that, because ever since he was 5 years old, he was deemed a latent criminal. And I'm like, yo, 5 years old? But for real? So ever since then, he's been a criminal, a latent criminal, and he had a choice between, I guess, being in prison in isolation somewhere or whatever, or becoming this enforcer for things. And at least with this, he has a little bit of freedom, because he said he can't leave the CID, or like the only places that he can go is the CID headquarters or whatever, and then his own living place. He can't go out like everybody else. He's still sort of like a prisoner, but I guess in this case, there's just a little bit of freedom that's, accompanying it. So the fact that Akane had all these possibilities and everything, and now she's here being an inspector and still like questioning her place in life or something or other, that got on his nerves. And I can understand that, because he doesn't have that choice. I mean, what the heck kind of system is this, man? I don't know, man. What else happened? Mm-hmm. Nothing much. I was wondering if the second girl, if she was also an enforcer. I think she is, because I went back to the first episode, right, when they all got out of the bus. What do I keep saying bus? The van that brought the enforcers to that situation. So, and she was among them. So it seems like in this particular squad or whatever, you have the lead inspector, the guy with the glasses, and then you have her. So there's only like 2 inspectors among all these enforcers. Because what he said that she was their second owner. The fact that he used owner, even with that, like they own these human beings, like that's okay. There's something wrong with the system right here. But then you see what's wrong with that? But then, like, the way they're living, you have these machines that just create food out of nowhere. They're like, okay, you need to eat this amount of calories per day, and then you can just like say what amount of calories of food you want to eat, what type of food you want to eat. You get to change your outfit like any way you want to, anywhere you want to. You get to change the way your house, your room looks like yo. That's awesome. But then there's all that's awesome, but then you see the other things with the color grading and your crime coefficient thing. I guess there's a downside to every what's it called? Advancement in technological advancement, whatever. There's always a downside to everything, so yeah, that's the downside to that, I guess. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and if you want to see the next episode right now, you can do so by checking out my Patreon, and you can also see the photo of this reaction there as well. Now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.